Maybe this is off of like a main corridor. And then you go into this other nifty little room, and that's where your next set of downstairs is. And then it's only a single flight at a time. And so you won't have that issue with the sheer traffic loads that a straight vertical shaft has, because there's people constantly exiting. Now it does make your path to the surface longer, but courtesy of minecarts, you do not need that many people to be going to the surface. So it's not really a problem. Farmer, stop your hauling and do all farming, because I need alcohol. Yes. I am still a victim to believing that all room sizes have to be like standard. So they're all 3x3s or 5x5s. Okay, now we need tracks. Thank you. Yeah, I will be only playing this Embark on stream, so the minecart system will be available to take a peek at down the road. I have another separate Embark for playing for my offline addictions. Have a good night. Okay. Now, Brandon, have you made tracks before? Have you played with at least the guiding of tracks? Guiding is super simple. And you'll notice that I build these all out of one material because, I don't know, it matters to me. Okay, so really simple, build your track. Obviously an A to B is a very, very easy solution right now. I'd recommend starting there. This one will be a loop because it will need to be expanded, because this is going to be a furniture track, and my furniture track will need to be expanded because it will be picking up furniture from my, actually I did this wrong, it will be picking up furniture from both my carpenter workshop and from my mason's workshop. So I build the track and I get the pathing working, and then I can sit there and I can play with it later. Because they are constructions. You can play with carving these, but I don't know. Something about me just feels like they're minecarts and they should be crafted. I'm a little bummed out that they don't take like metal or something. I guess that would make the entry level a little further down the line. Okay. Let's see what my mason's doing. He's on break. Like a punk. Meeting zone inside. Where is my wagon? Guess that was it, huh? Okay. Okay. So after he's done building this, I can kind of show you that. Powering it is where it gets a little more complicated. Those U-turns like that will not work powered. You'll have to put walls there, or else if you get them going too fast, they will fly around the turn and off they will go. Some people weaponize that in what's kind of become known as shotguns and cannons. Shotgun obviously being something that hits an object and then sprays its contents out, similar to a shotgun shell. Cannon obviously being a heavy ball. The deadliness of the cannon is it hits less targets, but the heavier that minecart, the whole minecart becomes the projectile, and they'll load it down with platinum statues or something so that it has quite a bit of inertia. They're very hard to aim, very hard to time. It's mostly done because it's very dwarfy. I think there were probably 10 times as many posts in the first week of Minecarts releasing about weaponizing them than there were about how this would actually change the way we lay out our forts. And the fact that people aren't trying new layouts and aren't trying things like this is why they're finding that they're not very efficient. You have to change your mentality. You have to think, okay, we have a new set of tools, and it took us so long. It took us so long to think how to design it with 3D pathing as opposed to before Dwarf Fortress had all the Z levels. Why would we not change our mentality again? Because Dwarven output has become really infinite. No doors. Oh, he's man coughing still. Actually, cancel that. It is a hell of a community. It is a hell of a community. The person who actually got me to try this streaming out is actually Brees, the kind of the main admin of the wiki. He's a good friend of mine, IRL. So he is an embodiment of the Dwarf Fortress community. He is definitely reminds me of this because he still is like, I don't know about this whole minecart thing. And then we had a long discussion about how this should change the mindset, and the stuff he's doing with minecarts now is just so out there. Maybe I can talk him into streaming it, or giving me a file and I'll put a stream up just kind of as a tour of it. Okay, so we have a made track. You saw how that was done. It's just capital T in your construction menu now. So capital S is your stop. Now you don't. Yes, I think we need a lot more streamers on. So track stop here. I go ahead and put these in because we're going to need them later. As highest friction, it wouldn't really matter when they're guiding it. Your friction right there, the purpose of that is if you do get going really fast, because obviously in the straightaways you're going to want to go really fast with rollers, with ramps. But if you go too fast around a corner and they spill their contents, think of these as kind of like brakes. And highest is an automatic stop, no matter what it's full of, no matter how fast it's going. Anything below that varies on how much that's going to slow it down. There's a whole forum post on that called like Minecarts No Really or something like that. Now this is our pickup, so we're going to have dump off. Go ahead and place that. And I want it out of mudstone. And then we're going to place another one where we want to dump our furniture. So we're going to go ahead and dump that east. Okay. So that could not be simpler. Now, one thing to be aware of when building tracks, especially if you plan on these being a temporary version of a later, is that tracks actually go ahead and automatically change your traffic designation. They change it to 0. or to the lowest. So, let me see if I can't find that. I'll never play with traffic orders. But if you do remove these, you'll have to be sure to set it back to normal, or people will be pathing around nothing. Now, the reason animals and enemies still get killed by minecarts is they don't pay attention to traffic designations. So, if they would look both ways, they wouldn't get nailed by a minecart full of crap. Okay. Now, we're going to need a furniture stockpile here. We're going to need a furniture stockpile here. Now, they're going to fill those up with an item, but once one item is in a stockpile, they can't put any more crap there, which is where quantums come into play. That's why wood will never be taken automatically to this one, because this one will always have tons and tons of crap in it. So, actually, go ahead and give me more trees. Go harvest some. I have idlers. I have a farm guy idle, which is fine. I think the bummer about streamers in the Dwarf Fortress community is that we don't really have anybody who's kind of able to set aside. We're such a solo bunch. Is nobody really has set aside like a dedicated stream time. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to do it. I'm actually I'm getting married in a few months, so it's been kind of hectic. But maybe after the wedding, maybe I'll start streaming like 3 days a week at a set time and see if that doesn't get a bigger following. Because I think Dwarf Fortress has trouble growing as a community because we don't help people learn how to play, and we don't discuss this stuff openly. But I mean, maybe that's what makes Dwarf Fortress fun, is maybe we're this crazy, eclectic community of developers and solo players who are willing to sit there and tough it out. Where the hell am I? Okay. So I don't know. Maybe it'd just stay like that. Maybe we don't want those newcomers. But if for nothing else, I would love to see more streams on. I try to watch streams from work and I end up watching other games, but I would love to sit there and just kind of listen to other people's thoughts. I can't really type while I work, but I just listen, kind of like a radio station. I'd love to just listen to other people and kind of their thoughts on layout and their thoughts on industries and build orders and what's going on in other people's forts, so I don't have to sit there and sift through that what's going on in other people's fort thread where there's 3,900 posts a day. I can just listen to somebody tell me. Okay. Build me a trade depot. Okay. So, Captain Horf, when you say we, do you believe that there's a significant number of followers? Because the only Dwarf Fortress streams that I see that get really heavy followings are established streamers who I imagine most of the people are watching that because they know that streamer. It's a TV personality at that point, so it's watching a celebrity play. It's not watching a Dwarf Fortress streamer play. So I mean, do you really think that there's a demand for this? Not in a monetary sense, but just in an interest sense.